Okay guys, so today we're switching up the vibe. It's not gonna be so much a how-to as a can I do this? Okay. Okay, 4th of July, what do you guys like to make on the 4th of July for dessert? I know that whole like strawberry blueberry parfait thing is usually a thing that happens and I usually make that, but not this year, not this year. I know the country is just a little bit of a dumpster fire right now, but that's not gonna stop me from baking. Okay, here's my idea, and I've been thinking about it for weeks. You guys know those, I call them rocket pops, also called bomb pops. I saw them called firecracker, those red, white, and blue popsicles. I'll put a picture here, whatever. I want to replicate that in cake form. Stay with me, stay with me. I have these popsicle molds that I got off Amazon, and I'm going to make cake popsicles that are the colors, outside the colors, red, white, and blue. Inside will also be the colors, red, white, and blue. And the colors will be flavored like the colors of the popsicle, which is red is cherry, white is lime, and blue is blue raspberry, but I was gonna make it raspberry because blue raspberry to cake sounds disgusting. I have actually watched a handful of tutorials of how to make cake popsicles, which is, it's the same as a cake pop. I don't know if you've ever made a cake pop without a mold, same principle. We'll get to that. But I'm not gonna go through all the like minutia of you're gonna need this, you're gonna add flour, and then you're gonna cream your butter. Like, no, I'll show parts that I deem part of the experiment, because I don't think just making cake batter is part of this right now. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead, make my cake batter off screen. I'm just gonna start with a basic vanilla cake and then flavor it from there, and I'll pick up with you guys then. See you in a bit. I have my plain cake batter done, and I've divided it into 3 separate bowls. I just eyeballed it. You know me, I wing it a little bit. Okay, what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to flavor and dye each bowl with batter. I've got my lime, which is just gonna remain white. I have my raspberry, which I'm going to dye blue, and I have my cherry, which I'm going to dye red. Now, when I flavor something, like a fruit flavor, I do not like using fruit flavored extracts for that. I think it tastes fake, I don't like it. So I always try to find alternatives. Putting straight up fruit into a cake doesn't always work. Definitely not gonna work with this recipe that I'm trying to do here. So I went ahead and I found some jams. We're gonna put those in. And also to accompany our cherry flavor, we're going to use almond extract. Almond extract always enhances the taste of cherry. All right, so let's go ahead and do that and see how it works. Oh, anytime you're experimenting with flavors like this, be sure to taste your batter. It's okay, it won't kill you. Let's get going. All right, my cakes are out of the oven with varying degrees of success. They don't have to look pretty because I'm gonna pulverize them in a little bit anyway. So while those are cooling, I'm gonna go get a smoothie. Got my smoothie, my cakes are just about cooled. Let's make some buttercream. All right, since this is a journey we're just all taking together, I do wanna point out that some of the cakes are like weirdly dense and textured in the center. Like it definitely feels like they're a different texture on the outside than in the middle. I don't know why that happened. Probably because I added a bunch of extra liquid and sugar to an already established recipe. Could be it, probably it. Also, like for what I'm gonna do, I'm not concerned about this texture. If I was gonna serve these cakes straight up, I would be like, nah, this is But again, I think the texture for what we're gonna do with them is fine. All right, so I rarely follow a recipe when I make buttercream. It's fine, buttercream's not something you bake, so it's whatever. So buttercream is always just a combination of, I use salted butter, powdered sugar, and whipping cream. Put it all in your mixer, blend it up, flavor however you want. I'm gonna do the same thing I did with the cake batter. I'm gonna separate it, dye it, flavor it, You don't need to see that. That's what's happening. See you in a minute. Anyone know how to get lime zest out of a cheese grater? Asking for a friend. I have my buttercreams done. Okay, having a weird texture day, you know. Added a lot of fruit jam to these buttercreams. But you know what? For what I'm gonna do, it's fine. For what I'm gonna do. All right, now I'm gonna show you guys. This is something actually I've done before. How to turn your cakes into essentially cake pop dough. Let's get going on that. What you want to do? Take one of your cakes. Basically, just break it apart into your bowl. If you have any hard shell on the outside, don't worry about getting that in there. It's gonna mess up your texture. So any like hard outside. Just put this aside. This cake texture is bananas. That's what happens when you put a lot of jam in a cake. I pumped up the jam too much. Okay, once you have that done, you're gonna add your buttercream a little bit at a time. You don't want to add too much, otherwise it's going to be very, very sweet. And that's a complaint I often get with cake pops, is that they are just too dang sweet. You just want it enough so it kind of sticks together like a dough. And since we're using molds, it doesn't have to be as doughy if we're doing like a cake pop that needs to like hold its own shape. So that's another advantage to not making this too crazy sweet. Oh God, it smells so buttery. I hate it. I don't like the smell of butter. All right, guys, I think that's a good texture. I'm gonna do the other two. This is the most wild cake texture I've ever seen in my, I don't even know. Hindsight, if I were to do this again, I think I would just mix the jam into the cake crumbs. But we're experimenting today. Again, for what we're doing, I don't think the texture is an issue, but it's still fucking weird, you guys. Ugh, like look at these little holes. Look how freaking weird that is. The cake dough stuff is done. Next thing we gotta do is go into assembly, which is gonna require me melting a bunch of candy melts. So I'm gonna go do that. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I feel a little sick from the constant taste testing. I don't know if that's a reflection of how these are gonna turn out, or just my own weak stomach, or guess who didn't practice one before she started filming? Okay, so I have all my chocolate melted into piping bags. I have a brush. I'm gonna start with my white, which is my middle line here, so I can kind of create a dam between the other two colors. Just kind of piping it in, making sure I'm going up the sides. Do not neglect the sides, very important. And I'm not, you know, being too crazy about being exact. Oh, I got a little blue mixed in there. Smooth it out with my brush. Got white in there. Now I'm gonna do red. I don't know why all my melting chocolates are melting at different consistencies. It's, you know, why would, typical me, everything's weird. So if the chocolate in your piping bag starts to set, just microwave it right in the piping bag, MBD. Okay, I think I'm good with red. Now I gotta reheat my blue a little bit. All right, now I got my blue. Put that in there. Work it around with the brush. Like, look, they're all different. I don't know, you guys. I do my best. While the blue in the bottom is still a little wet, you want to stick in your popsicle stick here. Now I just gotta do the rest. Now these are going in the freezer for 5 minutes to set. All right, this is out of the freezer. I filled in a few little holes that I found in the chocolate. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our cake stuff, we're just gonna pack it in. Just gonna pack it in. And I'm gonna start at the blue where the popsicle stick is. And there you have it. Now I'm gonna do it to the rest. Okay, we got all of our little cake popsicles filled in. Now I'm gonna do the back. The back is not gonna be as pretty as the front. Don't even try. So we're literally just gonna squirt. I guess I could attempt to make it the striping on the back, but why? Let's just do this. Just gonna kind of squirt it all over your chocolate, yeah. And then we're gonna smooth it out. Be sure to get it up to the edge because you want it to stick to that first layer of chocolate you put in there. All right, then I'm gonna try to scrape off some of the excess. And I think that's as good as it's gonna get. Yeah, it's not gonna be as pretty in the back, but that's okay. Now let's do the rest. All right, now that's gonna go set for 5 minutes in the freezer. Not too bad. All right, so we have a few cracks, a few bumps, a few bruises. Don't worry, we're gonna cover those up. I bought 2 different kinds of sprinkles. This has got like little gold baubles, 2 different tones of blue, very cute. And then I have this one that's just straight up red, white, and blue with some silver. So let's get decorating. I'm done. All right, so I left some of them blank because quite frankly, I'm tired. So would I make these again? Perhaps I'd try, I'd probably do them differently. But yeah, that was an experiment. I did bite of one that like fell apart when I took it out of the molds. Some of them fell apart when I took them out of the molds. It happens. Tastes like a cake pop. Kind of super moist, weird textured cake. But if you're not offended by that, you'd probably like it. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.